A very good day to you all. So this is Dr. Logesh. So today I'm going to deal a chapter called as your trigonometry for the grade of 10, the two for the NCERT booklets. So as of trigonometry is about what is the most important chapter that will be helping you for the future of after your grade 10, and as well as of the applications when you go for your higher studies is called as your heights and distances. What you want to podcast with this heights and distances is you want to know few things such as your angle of elevation. That is, when you see an object, say for example you are standing on a floor, you want to see an object which is at an elevation, means then you want to put your heads up. So this is called as your angle of elevation. Or else whenever you are having a chance, you are getting a chance to, you wanted to see your foot, what you will be doing is you will be bending your heads down. So this is called as your angle of depression. And there is something called as your line of sight. If you are conversing with your friends, then your line of sight is direct. But whereas whenever you are conversing with a small boy, your line of sight is an angle of depression. Whenever you are conversing with a tall person, then your line of sight is an angle of elevation. So these are a few differences. So the things whatsoever we have seen is your line of sight. Line of sight can be a straight line. Line of sight can be an angle of elevation, and the line of sight can be an angle of depression. So let me see some important aspects of this heights and distances, than using some ideologies and as well as some theorems behind. Okay, this heights and distances is a very easy chapter in which you are going to deal only with tangents of your 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree, 45 degree, and as well as your 90 degree, and with that only you are going to operate. And you actually know that the tangents, okay, so as of tangents about, we can write as tan theta is equal to your opposite divided by your adjacent, opposite divided by your adjacent, and your tan theta can also be given as your sin theta by your cos theta, where your sin theta is called as your opposite by your hypotenuse, and your cos theta is called as your adjacent divided by your hypotenuse. When the denominators hypotenuse and hypotenuse get cancelled each other, you will be getting this opposite divided by your adjacent. And I have told you that as of the heights and distances about, you will be dealing with the tangents. Okay, so when you go for the tangents, so tan theta for 0 degree, your 30 degree, your 60 degree, your for 90 degree, and in between the 30 degree and 60 degree you are having your 45 degree. Okay, so but whereas for this you need to know about your sin theta and cos theta. Your sin 0 is your 0. Okay, your sin 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1, and your sin 30 is called as your 1 by 2, and your cos 30 is called as your root 3 by 2. Your sin 45 is called as your 1 by root 2. Your cos 45 is your 1 by root 2. Your sin 60 is called as your root 3 by 2. Your cos 60 is called as your 1 by 2. Your sin 90 is 1, and your cos 90 is your 0. Then tan theta is sin theta by cos theta. So when you go for your sin theta by cos theta, we can write it as 0 by 1 is 0. 1 by 2 divided by your root 3 by 2 is called as your 1 by root 3. And your 1 by 2 divided by your 1 by 2 is called as your 1 for your tan 45. And root 3 by 2 by 1 by 2, which is called for your tan 60, the value is equal to root 3. And for tan 90, the value is equal to infinity. So this is some basics that we have seen for. Okay, so I've shown here in the screen. And then apart, okay, we can go with two problems as of the heights and distances about. When we go into the problem, so see here, we are having the problem number 1 is an observer is 1.5 meter tall, is 28.5 meter away from the chimney. So we are having a chimney. We are having a chimney. Let the chimney be like this. And say for example an observer. The observer height is 1.5 meter tall. Say for example, let the observer be a person who is standing and whose height is 1.5 meter. And now when the observer is seeing the chimney elevation from the top of the chimney, the angle of elevation to top of the chimney from her eyes is, the observer is a girl, from her eyes is, okay, from her eyes is the top of the chimney matches to 45 degree. That is, she is seeing from her eyes, so which is equal to your 45 degree. Okay, that means what is their question is, what is the height of the chimney? Their question is, what is the height of the chimney is the question. But whereas the distance between the observer and the chimney is, they have given it as 28.5 meter. If, let me term it as your AB be the height of the observer and your X, Y and Z be the ordinates of the chimney height. So they wanted you to find your XZ. XZ is called as your unknown, which is your height of the chimney. So here what we can write is, your AZ is given as your 28.5 meter. That means your AZ and as well as your BY are one and the same. So we can write as your BY is also 28.5 meters. Now what you can do is, so the problem is, this is the diagram and this is the description I have given so far. So what we can do is, so with this, so your AZ is equal to 28.5, AZ is equal to 28.5, and whereas your BY is called as your also 28.5 because these both are parallel lines and apart. Now in this triangle, that is called as your B, Y and X. Okay, in the triangle B, Y and X, you take your tan 45 degree. You take your tan 45 degree. Your tan 45 degree is opposite divided by your adjacent. And your opposite is, say for example, the total height is called as your H. Okay, the total height is called as your H. Let me take the total height to be, the total height is called as your H. That means let this height be, okay, this be called as your, the distance between your y, x and y. Okay, the distance between your x and y, let you take as your m. That means in this triangle of your B, y and x, your xy is called as your m. Your xy is called as your m. That means you can write as your tan 45 degree is equal to m divided by the distance, your by is called as your 28.5. That is, your tan 45 degree is equal to 1. So 1 is equal to m divided by your 28.5 meter. So m is equal to 28.5 meter. And apart, they are asking you to find the height of the chimney. The height of the chimney H is equal to, height of the chimney H is equal to xy plus yz. Xy plus your yz. Your xy value is called as your m. Okay, and your yz value is called as your, the height of the girl, okay, which is 1.5 meter. So your height H is equal to 28.5 plus your 1.5, which is called as your 30 meters. So the height of the chimney is equal to 30 meters. There is one another problem. Okay, what is the other problem is? So the next problem that they have given is, the shadow of a tower standing on a level ground is found to be 40 meter longer when the sun's altitude is 30 degree, and when it is 60 degree, find the height of the tower. Okay, so the shadow of a tower standing on a level ground is found to be 40 meter long. See, say for example, let me have it as, there is an observer. The observer is going to see the sun at 2 degrees. Okay, one is called as your 60 degree and the other one is called as your 30 degree. One is called as your 60 degree and the other one is called as your 30 degree. They given that the shadow of the tower standing on the level ground is found to be 40, okay, which is given as your 40 meter, which is given as your 40 meter. Let me go into the problem directly. So if we go, the problem is this, okay, it is given as your 30 degree and for 60 degree are the two elevations. 30 degree and 60 degree are the two elevations. When it is 30 degree, the shadow is found to be, okay, when it's 30 degree, the shadow is found to be 40 meter. The shadow is found to be 40 meter. That means we can coin this to be your A, B, C and D. What is their question is, when it is 60 degree, okay, when it is 60 degree, find the height of the tower. When it is 60 degree, find the height of the tower. Let me take it as, so let this unknown distance be called as your x. Let this unknown distance be called as your x, and as well as the height of the, okay, the height of the tower may be called as your h. Let me take your dB is equal to DC plus your CB. DC plus your CB. So if we go like that, we can write it as DC plus CB. So it's equal to your 40 plus your x. This is your dB. After finding your dB, now you find your tan 30 degree and as well as your tan 60 degree. Your tan 30 degree means, which called as your opposite divided by your adjacent. Your opposite is your h divided by your adjacent is called as your 40 plus x. And your tan 60 degree means opposite, okay, opposite divided by your adjacent, which is called as your h by x. Your tan 30 degree is called as your 1 divided by your root 3, which is equal to h divided by your 40 plus your x. And here tan 60 degree is your root 3, which is equal to your h by x. H by x. So h that is equal to root 3 into x. H is equal to root 3 into x. Substitute this h that is equal to root 3 by x here. So when you substitute, you will be getting the value as, so that is your root 3 into h, which is equal to your 40 plus your x. Okay. Next, your root 3 into x, which is equal to 40 plus x. Then root 3 into root 3 is called as your 3x minus your x, which is equal to 40. Then your 2x that is equal to 40, which is equal to your x that is equal to 40 by 2 is called as your 20. The value of your x is equal to 20. That means the distance between the observer and the tower is, the distance between the observer and the tower is 40 meters plus 20 meters, which is equal to 60 meter. And what is the height? How to find the height? Height is equal to, height of the tower is equal to h that is equal to your root 3 into x, right? So the height of the tower, height h is equal to root 3 into your x value is 20, so which is 20 root 3 meter. This is your height h. Yes, thanks for listening to the session, and I hope you all would have enjoyed the session. And it's again signing off by Dr. Logesh. Thank you all.